Oh, ha, that might help. I'm sorry, I was muted. I will wait here until everybody gets in here or until some people get in here. How are we all doing today? I see I have one viewer. That's you, John. Oh, there's a hamburger here. Oops. Oh, there we go. Well, this is kind of cool. Well, in this dead silence here, I will, I guess, talk a little bit here. This live, I was going to try to um, talk a little bit about repurposing and reusing some things that we have here on our homestead for our chicken coop. We do have a lot of pallet wood out there, although my husband says that the pallet wood we have, it's not usable because it just splinters and whatnot when he tries to, pull the nails and whatnot out of it. So I'm not real sure what else we could use to do that. I have seen a lot of stuff on a couple other homesteading channels I've watched, like with UBC totes and that type of thing. So I'm kind of at a loss here as to what our biggest thing right now is. We could probably get this chicken coop up and going if I had right now the funding for the chicken wire and or the chicken, is it the chicken wire? I think it's the chicken wire, the little round, I think it's called chicken wire, the little chicken wire, or the and the, I think it's chicken netting, because out here we have severe, like we have chicken hawks horribly, and so we would lose our chickens probably within, I would say, days if we did not have the chicken wire and the chicken, like the chicken wire and the chicken netting. So I'm kind of at a loss here as to what we could use. Um, there is there is some scrap stuff here that we have found on our homestead. However, I'm just really at a loss here as to what we could use. So I figured I would do a live here and speak with some of you homesteaders to try to figure out something that you guys have used, use some of your ideas, anything to try to figure out what I can do to get this chicken coop up and going, because I would really like to have some chickens out here. And that's the one animal that I know for a fact we can have. So I'm really at a loss. And I don't have very many viewers yet, so I'm just going to sit here and wait. And my computer is really bright over here, and I don't know if I can shut this down. Well, it says I have 2 viewers, but I don't know who the second viewer is. Mm-mm. So, yeah, I don't know what else to. I guess I don't know where else to go with this. What all are you guys doing on your Saturday? Here we've got the one grandchild here. Her mama is working, so we have her. Um, so we're just kind of hanging out, doing nothing really. So I figured I would do a live and hopefully get some people to show up and do, do something here to get some kind of ideas going. But I'm not really getting a whole lot of anything yet. So I'm just kind of hoping that I get something here soon. What, baby? Hi, baby. So, um, another question I've had, I guess, asked a lot in comments is if we are inside city limits, if we are outside of city limits. To answer that question, we are inside city limits, but we are pretty far out, I guess you could say. We do have about 3 neighbors. Um, the one directly behind us is totally for us having, a goat or two. I have spoke to them. The one across the street from us, they're totally for it. And then we have one to the right of us who is an older elderly man who he's had farm animals, previously before he moved out here. So he is totally okay, with us having farm animals also. But the village where we're at, they are so incredibly picky on, um, uh, you know, us on anybody having farm animals in city limits that it's just going to be really hard, I think. I am going to go to the board and ask them about us at least having, a couple milking goats. Thankfully, where my husband works, his boss, I guess, has some Nubians that he doesn't want anymore. So, oh, I think he has babies or something that he just doesn't want anymore because I guess they're escape artists or something. So, my hope is that if we can get approved for that, that we could take those goats, off his hands, and then obviously we would incorporate them here, and obviously then I could start having, you know, the goats and raising the goats and all that stuff. So that's my other prayer is that I can, go to the board and ask them about that. So I am gonna do a vlog or a video. Um, that'll probably be. I do have 2 that I'm editing right now. That I'm hoping to get up today. Um, of things that I've done, but I have a third video in the works that I am hoping to get done, of showing you like the front of the house and exactly where we are and showing you exactly like how far out of the city limits we are. I mean, we are, like I said, we are in city limits, but I would say we're pretty far out. There's like a grain elevator literally right outside our front door. So, it's not, we're not that far. I guess we're not that far from civilization. Um, there's a set of old railroad tracks that are not used anymore that literally run right to the side of our front door or our front yard. So, um, but we're just, I mean, we're pretty far out. So Hazel, shh. So I don't know. I just don't know that they're gonna approve it, but it's worth a shot. So what more can I do than just try? So I'm to answer that question. There's that. Um, Another one that we've had in the comments is let's see, what was it? If we're in city limits. So I answered that. Like I said, the chicken coop is a big one right now. To uh, I really need answers for that one. That one is huge for me. I really need answers. Um, and then there was a third question that was asked, and I'm trying to think of what that was right now, and I don't remember what it was. Um, Guess I'll have to go back into my live or go back into my comments and see what it was. I'm sorry. So um, I guess right now I'm just like I said, I just wanted to hop on here and see if I got anything, if I got any, any results from doing a live. And at this point, I'm not. So I'm not going to stay on here and continue to, um, you know, have dead air and everything else. I mean, I guess got most of the questions answered that I can think of off the top of my head that were answered or that were asked in the comments. So um, I know one of the things that I had, it had been brought to my attention was what was some of the things that you would see from the channel. And I know that um, just from, everything I've seen from other people's channels, I can tell you that a lot of this channel will revolve around, right now, it will probably be just a lot of, a day in the life, trying to figure out ways to get this chicken coop up and going so that we can bring in new chickens, so that we can get, obviously, egg laying done. Um, uh, Hopefully going to the board and getting them to approve us having goats. I'm going to try to video that when I do that because, as far as I know, I think the village is such a small, close knit village that it's only about 5 or 6 people that you go before when you ask. So it's very, 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 very tiny. So I'm going to try and video some of that just so you guys can see the whole process of it. But right now, this video is just going to be a lot of day in the life. Like I had stated in one of my other videos, I am a chronic pain patient. So one of my videos that's going to be going up, I took you along on one of my doctor's appointments that I had for an injection in my elbow. So some of that I will not video a lot of that just because it's very tedious and it's kind of boring. So I, some of it will be that. One of them, you got to meet my mom, and you got to meet one of my grandkids. She's actually the one that we have at our house right now. Here shortly, end of February, I will have my oldest daughter's kids. So for, I think, about a week, I think, maybe. So you might see them. But right now, it's just going to be cleaning up of, the outside, trying to get this house ready for, or not the house, but the yard ready for the chicken coop. And probably a lot of, like I said, a lot of day in the life type stuff. Might be a little bit of cooking type stuff, especially right now around the holidays, like making ornaments with the grandkids, that type of thing. You might see a little bit of that here, hopefully, very, very shortly. My son, that is a senior, will be getting signed to go into the Marines. So he will be a poolie. Um, and I will vlog as much of that as I can. However, when they go to do that, they are very, 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 I don't want to say top notch, but they're very, I guess, anal about allowing stuff in there. So I don't know how much of that I'll be able to vlog, but I wanted to vlog some of that so that I have it from my memories and then I can have it on here too to show you. So I will, I plan to, I'm hoping to have some of that on here. But as we get further along in this, we will, that's kind of what you'll expect here. So that's kind of what you'll see on here. That's, my hope and prayer. That's why our name is J&A Hopeful Acres, because our hope and prayer was to make this a striving and hopeful acreage, whether it be a big acreage, a small acreage, whatever it is, just to make it a hopeful and thriving acreage. So this is what it is right now. This is where it is right now. So we'll just have to go from there. I'm going to cut this short. I was planning to go for an hour, but we're at 30 minutes right now, and I don't have any viewers at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right here, and hopefully I'll be back on for another live sometime later. But for now, I thank you all for your love and support that we have gotten throughout, the few videos that I have posted. I thank you all for that, and I can't say enough. Please like and subscribe to our video and join us on this journey that we're trying to make it. So I thank you all, and you all have a blessed season, and we'll hope